Hey guys, welcome back to Author Journey. My name is CJ Anaya. Today I wanted to talk about a little strategy that I used to make $7,000 in 1 month. And then of course the residual sales after that were also very good. But this strategy really helped me quite a bit. And this is something that's only going to work if you have a series out and you're releasing more books in that series. So even if you don't have a series out, but you're working on it, this is something that can help. And then if you're planning on doing a different series, this is still something that I think you could use, and hopefully this will be information that will be super helpful for you. When I was writing the Healer series, I had 3 books out, and then I was releasing my 4th book, and there was a lot of buzz about it. It was going to be the last one. People were really excited about it. And so I really wanted to promote my 4th book and just go out with a bang and have tons of people find out about it. But at the time, my mailing list wasn't huge. I think I was sitting at about 2,000 or 3,000. And I knew that all of those people were still going to be wonderful and help me with it. But at the same time, I was a little worried that I wasn't going to get the traction that I wanted. So I thought about BookBub ads, but they're so hard to get into. It's so hard to get accepted by BookBub ads. Why is that always so hard for me to say? So I was thinking strategy there, and there of course are other great sites that you can use to promote your books, but I really wanted BookBub super duper bad. So I started realizing that the best way to go about doing that would be to do a box set of the first 3 books in the Healer series. So I compiled everything on Scrivener. I did the box set. I went to Fiverr, and I had a great cover designer make a 3D cover design of all 3 books as a box set. And then I put it as free, or I plan to put it on as free. But what I did is I uploaded it to Amazon and to CreateSpace, and I priced it accordingly at about like $4.99, I think. And then I uploaded it on Draft to Digital so that it could go to Barnes & Noble and Kobo and iBooks. And I did that because when you're trying to get an ad with BookBub, it's going to be very difficult to get approved if you're not wide. If you're only on Amazon and not anywhere else, that doesn't cater to a lot of their people who have subscribed and do use, BookBub. And so you're more likely to get accepted or get an ad accepted with them if you go wide. So I made sure that this box set was everywhere, in as many places as possible. And then what I found was that they love steeply discounted books. So a box set of 3 books that is originally $4.99 and then is set to free is, something that they like. That's going to catch their interest. So I did that, and I didn't have a date set for specifically when it would be free, because I didn't know if I would get an ad with BookBub or what day they would assign me. And I wanted to be very flexible with the dates, because I felt like the more flexible I was, the more likely it was for me to actually get an ad with them. So about a week later, I found out that I did get the ad. It was scheduled for, was it November? The last week of November? I can't remember. This was last year, so last week of November. And so I got all of that set up, and I made sure with Amazon that that book was going to be free in all of their country stores, not just the U.S. store. I contacted people to let them know I was running a very huge promotion, that I would really appreciate it if they could just let it be free for that specific period of time. And they were very accommodating and very kind. I appreciated that. And then I made sure that my book would be free during that promotional period on all those other days. And then I started staggering promotions. So I went and I did, Kindle Nation Daily did their, bargains, and did like a big newsletter blast with them, and did Free Booksy, did a lot of other really great promotions that I staggered. I didn't do one in just one day. Like that BookBub one was going to be the big one, so I kind of left it towards the end of the week. And then I did other promotions, 1 each day, sometimes 2 each day. If there were free sites, I utilized those to submit to. And then if there were sites that I had to pay for, I just figured out, what my budget was, and then, found the sites that, that I would get more bang for my buck for. And then with the Healer, I think my cost was only $115 with BookBub, because your pricing is usually lower if you go free. If your promotion is a free promotion, they don't charge you as much. And then I was in the young adult genre, and so that wasn't a hugely expensive category, which was really nice. And so my costs really weren't that much. I think I probably spent in total about $350 on this promotion. And then the key to that was having my fourth book ready, which this was very not good of me, but I didn't consider like the pre-order possibilities. I just wanted people to really get involved and engaged with the first 3 books. But I hadn't published that fourth book yet. So don't make this mistake like I did. I'm going to be doing this, strategy again. Make sure that you already have that next book in the series ready to be pre-ordered, and that you have that pre-order link in this box set. At the end of the second or third book or fourth book, or however many books are in this box set, make sure that the next book has a link to it so that they can either pre-order it or buy it, whatever phase of that you're in. And so that people can read it, they can download it, they can love it, enjoy it, they can be so sucked into this series that they're like, oh my gosh, where is this next book? And then they can immediately go and buy it, because that's not only is that an impulse buy, but they're already prepped and ready to buy. So they're not going to be procrastinating, they're not going to be hesitant to get the next book. They're already so invested in this series. They're going to want the very last book or whatever comes next in the series. So make sure that you have that pre-order link of your next book that is priced to full price, that you want to sell, so that people will be able to immediately go and get it right after they finish the series. Because I know that when authors do that with me, like if I read a book and I love it, or I'm reading the second or third book and there is a link at the back for the next book, I will go and get it immediately, because I'm like, oh, I want this book so bad. And sometimes when it's a pre-order book, I'm like, oh crap, I have to wait. Oh well, it'll be a nice little surprise when it pops up, because I'll probably forget that I ordered it, and then suddenly it'll be in my Kindle e-reader. So yay for that. So anyway, so that's what you want to do. So I did not have that pre-order set up. Bad Cindy, bad, but it still was very successful, because I got a lot of downloads, and I'm trying to, gosh, there were so many downloads, and I don't want to give you false numbers. I should have pulled this up, so maybe what I'll do is pause it. You know what, I'm going to pause it. I should have been more prepared. I'm going to pause this really quick, pull up the numbers so that you can see how many downloads I had just on Amazon alone. So hold on just a second. Okay guys, this is a little ghetto, but I was trying to get the report and it just didn't seem to be showing it the way that I wanted to, because I wanted the graph. So I finally found the area where I could like do it and then screenshot it for you and then crop it so that you could see it. So this is it right here. So this was in November 2016. My dates were all wrong. I always forget that you make something 1 month and then 2 months later, that's when you get it. So sometimes the logistics of when I actually made when, I'm always a little 2 months behind. But basically the free units that were sold was over 30,000. Now obviously I have perma-free books, and it didn't show right here. Like I couldn't track exactly how many were just like the 2 perma-free books, or if it was the box set. But I'll tell you what, I never get that many in a day, like in November, like just in that particular period. I've never reached that before, at least not at that time. I had never reached that before. So I do think that My Fair Assassin and The Healer played a part in this, but most of those downloads were definitely the box set. And so when you consider, how many people are downloading this box set, and then how many people are actually taking the time to read it, because not everybody's going to read it right away, but eventually they do, and then they want the fourth book and then they go buy it. Now my mistake was not having that pre-order link in there, because I feel like I could have made a lot more money if I had that ready and available, because I released that book right then, and then I don't think I didn't have the fourth book, The Prophecy, ready until like 2 or 3 weeks later. It's so stupid on my part, but I kept thinking, I'm going to get them ready and it's going to be great, and then I didn't even have a pre-order link set up. So learn from my mistakes. Know that you should always have, that pre-order link ready when you do something like this, because I really could have converted that over, much better. But still, I think making $7,000 in 1 month just from all of this build up, getting that free box set out, and then people wanting to go and buy that fourth book, that's not too shabby. And for someone who was as inexperienced as I was, and someone who is still learning how to do all of this, I think that was pretty good. So I plan on doing this again with my other series, my Paranormal Misfits series. I've got 2 books that are ready to be put in a box set. I've got the 3rd one that's almost ready to go. So I'll put that pre-order link in there, and I want to actually be able to give you better data this time, because this is a year past, and I was really it was harder to find like the exact number of downloads for the Healer, the box set. All I see was this graph. I should probably go in and organize that more, or investigate it further. But with this new approach, now that I'm going to put the pre-order link in there, I really want to find out exactly how much my results improve. I want to let you know exactly what I do, which groups I use, which promotional groups I use, and just be able to give you some really solid numbers based on this type of strategy, because I know that I'm being a little vague right here since this was a year ago. I'm not remembering the details completely well, but the strategy is solid, even though I don't have a lot of data to give you right now. So anyway, I hope that was a little helpful. I will keep you posted in another video once I do this promotion and I do have the 3rd book ready, and I do, hopefully I'll be able to get another BookBub ad. That's always dicey. You never know if you can get that with them. But I'll be sure to report everything that happens and what I make and the data with this particular strategy. But hopefully you don't have to wait for that. Hopefully you could actually put this into play right now. If you have a series that you can, put in a box set, or if you have, another book that you're going to write, or maybe you could have your series completed already, and what you could do instead is just box set that series and put it up for free for a limited time, like a day or 2. And then have a link to some novella, like a pre-origins novella, or novella that continues a specific story from the series. Get creative, something like that, something that people will be like, oh my gosh, this is connected to this box set. I've got to read a little bit more, because they've invested all that time. They're going to want to see more and read more from you. So just some thoughts, just some ideas. But that's how I was able to make $7,000 from this one promotional strategy. And so stay tuned for that, for more information from me that is far more accurate than what this was, far more detailed. And I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Bye-bye.